Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Snarl here with another video. New build idea. You know what's going on. It's all of that. So yeah, as you can probably tell by the title of this video, this is a low-life Occultist Cold BV stacking power charges. It's pretty fucking nuts, dude. I made this build myself before the league even started. Now it's gone through a few iterations. It's a lot more, like a lot tankier than I expected it to be. These are the mods, it doesn't really matter too much. You can see I have like almost 8.3k ES. Freezes basically everything it touches, just explodes everything. There's still a lot more upgrades that I can make. Yeah, I don't know, this is one of the best feeling builds that I've personally made ever in all of PoE. I've been having a lot of fun with this. I just wanted to make a quick video about it since I basically stopped making a video because of the, well, you know, the bleed bow. It just wasn't my thing. I guess just bow builds in general aren't my thing. And then the performance of PoE became really bad for me. Like really fucking bad, so I just didn't feel like playing anymore. And then I just created this character. It's 93 running T16 maps, no problem. And this is with Maven, I think. Maybe not. Yeah, as you can see here, this build just fucking chunks bosses down and everything. It's insane. I really enjoy this build. I haven't tested it yet against Conquerors, but it should do fine. I mean, I did one, like Al Hasmin, and he is pretty easy to do if you just know what you need to do. Just dodge, don't get hit, forehead. We're good to go. Yeah, this build, with even more upgrades, I should be able to hit like 9k ES with better gear easily. And then also like the current DPS is about 1.8 mil. And I should be able to reach 2.1, 2.2 territory. But it's just like quality of life at that point doesn't really matter too much. Also my gems are still not level 20 because I'm flipping them. So yeah, there's that as well. And overall this build is just really tanky. It could also be hardcore viable, but you would probably need to go with a few more like defensive layers, because the only real defensive layer I have is elusive. And then energy shield. And the flash that I'm running, basically. Which is enough for me, because I'm a softcore player, but... Again, if you're a hardcore player, you might want to check out some other stuff to see how you can probably like make it more tanky and defensive. Yeah, this is probably like one of the best feeling builds that I have. It has a hex touch setup with the vortex, with frostbite, so they have like minus a billion cold resist. I don't know, dude, this is one of the best feeling builds that I've personally created, and I'm really happy with it, so yeah. How much is this? Cool. That's it. Yeah, I'll go over the gear here real quick. Now, this gear, it's not the most expensive ever. Like, this could be very attainable for somebody that plays the whole league. So, but it is still... Like, look at this wand. It's a +2 wand with increased spell... Well, basically just you pay for the +2 wand. This was like 4 exalts. This I made myself. I bought the shafts for like, I don't know, it was like 40C. 6-socketed it. Freaking 6-linked it in, I don't know, fucking 600 or 700 fusings. Then did the 3 green colors. And yeah. Then I bought some guy's Horichi. 1 white socket, and I hit one of the 3 blue ones, which I needed. Now this shield is pretty fucking insane, not gonna lie. Pretty nuts. This cost me 5x. I mean, this is like 30C. All of these are like between 10 to like 30 or 40C, I want to say. Yeah, and then you have the Rim Sorrow, Taste of Hate. It's pretty basic gear that can be upgraded a lot more to do a lot more damage, feel a lot more tanky, have a lot more energy shield. The only other expensive part about this build that I have, which is not necessary at all, is this Watcher's Eye with the 30+% fizz damage converted to cold damage. Because you want to basically convert all your damage to cold with the Disanoint and the Rim Sorrow, which makes you go to like 70% converted, fizz converted to cold. And then you use the Watcher's Eye, which makes the rest of the 30% of the fizz damage converted to cold. So you basically deal full cold damage and you scale the full cold damage. Here is the passive tree, or the ascendancy tree, I mean. I first went the Profane Bloom, of course. Then I think I went this, then this, and then this as last. I don't know if that's correct. Maybe it was Profane Bloom, then this, and then I went this. I think that's the case. So Profane Bloom, Forbidden Power, and these two. Basically a Void Beacon into Frigid Wake. That's how I did it. I don't know if that's the best. It felt really good to me, so take it for granted. It's also a crit build. So I go crit for spells, and I am 93. So I'm working my way towards these nodes. It basically increased my damage by like 400k or some shit. My effective crit chance is about 85%, which is good enough for me. Again, I can increase this one with crit, remove, and add, and try to get a higher one. I can do the same here. I can try to go higher with crit, remove, add, or just basically crit, remove, add. Try and keep getting a higher percent for spells. So yeah, this is the whole build basically. Feels really fucking good. The only cost I started, you can even do it without these basically. Just get high ES gear. Maybe get a +1 to all spell skill gems if you can. It should be relatively cheap. Yeah, the rest is just all fucking 10 to 20, 30C rares that can be upgraded a lot. That's about it. I can also, I have the PUB open actually. Let me go here. Here we go. Now this is the PUB of my guy basically. So it's a 1.7 with everything level 20, basically, except discipline. You can get a little bit more ES. That's all cool, all the jazz. It's all fine. But yeah, this is the only thing that changed is that I put all my gems to 2020, except this one doesn't really matter too much. I increased charge duration. That's fine. So the only thing I changed was put all of these to 20. I bought the 21-23. It's not necessary. I do recommend a Val BV for single target, because that shit helps you a lot. Basically doubles your damage. Not entirely, but it gives a huge chunk of damage when you need it for like bosses. As you saw with the Atoll boss, you can just permanently freeze him and just go down on it, go ham on his ass. Really freaking good. Yeah, here it's on Shaper DPS, so if I go like standard boss, it's 2 mil. If I go no, it's 2.6. So it's fucking insane, basically, is what I'm trying to say. You can maybe switch out eventually this for what's it called? Bottled Faith, maybe. I don't know how you would do it with all the like remove curse and all that jazz, because you kind of need it. Maybe you'd swap out an Azirius flask for that. I don't know. I haven't tested it because I don't have one. You want to scale the increased movement speed on like an adrenaline flask or a Quicksilver with adrenaline, because that increases your shield charge like speed, because they made it stack with like increased movement speed instead of attack speed. Still have it here for some reason, because why not? I use Fortify, makes you a lot more tanky. Calculations, we can go to friggin', where is it? We can do 10. You have about 15k maximum hit taken, dot HP pool of like almost 10k, effective hit pool is almost 24k. Here you guys can see that it's a bit more in like the elemental range. It's tanky, it's a lot more tanky than I thought it would be, because when I saw these numbers I was like, that sounds pretty iffy. But like I said, it just freezes everything. Everything it touches with the Vortex, or the Blade Vortex, or the Cold Snap that's in the trigger wand, all of that, it just freezes every single thing. And then on the boss you also have like the Frigid Wake stuff, where every 4 seconds it freezes a unique enemy and all that jazz. It's just insane. I don't know, I just wanted to share this with you guys. I hope you enjoy it. maybe try it out. I'll put this PUB link in the description. You can plop it in, go and test it out. What I will say before I go, I saw Grimro had an amazing scepter with like it was basically a mirror to a scepter in my eyes, at least, even if it doesn't cost that much. Well, it costs a fuck ton, but maybe not a mirror, you know what I'm trying to say. It has like a 30% converted physical to cold, and then you have also extra lightning as cold, which makes you shock and all that jazz. +1, I don't know, it was also +2 skill gems. Basically you have the +2 skill gems, the extra lightning or extra fizz is lightning, and then the conversion from fizz to lightning. If you get that, you can get rid of this. So you can get rid of this as an anoint, which makes you able to either anoint this, and you get 3 passive points, which you can spend somewhere. You can either take these, which increase your damage again, or you can try and make your way towards this, because that basically boosts it up by 300k. Or you can anoint this, because this node in general will give you 124k total DPS. It's up to you, you can play around with it. I would personally, if I get that eventually, maybe, I'm not promising you guys anything. If I do end up playing this build a lot more, because it feels a lot like really fun, and I maybe make a lot of like enough money to get one of those, I'll probably anoint this for increased damage and the chance to gain power, like all that jazz. And then I will work my way towards here for the more damage. Should put me, well, basically -3. This is 97 -3. This is 94. So you do this damage at 94 with, it's not really accurate, but you get what I'm trying to say here, right? You get what I'm trying to say, okay. Now that's about it. Cluster Jewel. You want the blast freeze for the freeze inflict to other enemies in radius, basically spreads. I have this for the elemental resistance. I could get a third thing with increased damage or elemental damage. I haven't really looked at it. This is like a 10 to 20C. All of these are 10 to 20C basically, except for the Watcher's Eye. That was like 7 or 8x. It's a little bit more on the expensive side. Again, it's not necessary. It's a nice quality of life to have. That's all I have to say for you guys. I'll leave it in the description like I said. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace.